Batman, on level, you could be the greatest individual in football history.
We are back with another video, and today we are going to be talking about Edison Cavani because, according to most rumors, it looks like he's going to be heading to Barcelona. Saeed, what are your initial thoughts on that?
You know what it is for me? I think for me, I'd rather him stay, if I'm being honest with you, because I think it's a story that's not finished for me. I think Cavani going, I think, you know what I mean, it's not the story that I think for me at United has finished. I think, I think he's still got a lot to give. I know he's 35 in, I think, is it February? I think it is. He's 35. He is getting on a bit, but I think under Ralph Ragnick, would we have seen a kind of a play that suited his style? You know, he loves to press, he loves to chase down the ball. I think he's something that Ralph Ragnick would want, a lot of energy, a lot of, So I would assume that he would be, he would be good on the system. And I think for me, I don't know, man. I just think is a fan's favorite, and I think I don't think the story is finished. But what I want to say is is the fact that if he doesn't want to stay, then he should go for me. He should, for me, is better off leaving the football club. But if he does want to stay, then I would give him a chance because at the end of the day, he's a player that I think United haven't seen the best out, especially with the fans being in their stadium. I think he would be unbelievable, Cavani, man. But we are going to be losing a lot of strikers, man. If we do let him go, man, you know what I mean. And I think for me, Mark, Cavani would be a kind of a loss to United. A lot of people won't say it will be, but I think it will be a loss because it gives you something different. You see against Tottenham, he helps Ronaldo better in that too as well. He can play as a focal point as well. He does give you a lot of high energy. He does suit. Imagine someone like Dalot now playing right back. He can header the ball. So I think for me would be a very, very good option, but it is what it is, isn't it?
I think for me with Edison Cavani, it's kind of like you see it in the Champions League game against Atletico. I think he could be massive in that because you need that Champions League experience, and he has that. But at the same time, Ralph's kind of touched on it already. We don't want players that are not committed to the club. And for me, even even last season, I never thought Edison Cavani was actually committed towards Manchester United, which is why I'm not really fussed if he leaves. But at the same time, I kind of do want him for that big game against Atletico. In the Champions League, I want a player like Cavani who's been there, who scored in finals. He even scored in the Europa League final for us.
Yeah.
And I think that's massive, that experience in the Champions League. And we lack that.
There you go. That's what I'm trying to say. And I think that's why that's why we shouldn't just sell him for January. If we can keep him, I would keep him. But, and you know what I mean? This is where the football club have maybe made some promises. A lot of people are saying that he gave his kind of number 7 shirt to Ronaldo, but at the same time, there must have been other promises where he would get some game time. Injuries haven't helped, and then obviously he's looked at thinking he hasn't got that comfort blanket from Oli. You know how Oli would normally come in and be like, yeah, you're my guy. You know what I mean? You're the savior. You're going to be that person, the fans' favorite. I can help you. He looked a bit happy under Oli. He looked like he looked like he was a bit secure under Oli. Plus, he took his position from Martial. So, he was a bit comfortable under Oli. He did get game time under Oli. But now that Ralph Ragnick's coming in, he's thinking, nah, man. Agents talking his ear thinking, you're not going to play. You're not going to have any opportunities. You're not going to be, maybe that kind of talking with the manager, that kind of relationship might not be there. So I think it's difficult, man. Does he even get any game time under Ralph Ragnick? That's why he's thinking Barcelona as well. Aguero retiring. I can get like a year, 18 months out of there in Barcelona.
Yeah, I think the Barcelona move is a good move for him because we've seen Barcelona play with Luke de Jong up top, Memphis Depay. They played that Ferran, Jutgla guy, probably butchered that name the other day in the win over Elche. So they do lack that guy up front in it. And at the same time, we know Barcelona's history with South Americans as well. Suarez, Messi,
exactly.
Ronaldinho,
Suarez,
Ronald Araujo from Uruguay right now there. So I can get why he wants to go to Barcelona.
There you go then. So end of the day, you know what I mean? Like it's something where for me, he kind of does want to see. I think he does want to see where it goes. So that's why I feel like for me, you know what I mean, it's going to be a kind of a good boost for him, if you know what I mean. So I think it's a it's a very, very good move for him. I think the problem is though, if I was to ask you the question though, you know what I mean, would it be a big loss to kind of lose him halfway through you don't want to lose a player halfway through the season though. That's the thing for me. You wouldn't.
I think what I'll say here with the big loss thing, Cavani's only started 2 league games this year, innit? Which is why against, for example, Everton and Tottenham, which is why I'm not really fussed if he leaves like that, because he hasn't been a part of the first team, really. He's been injured the most part. But at the same time, we know what Cavani...
that's it.
But at the same time, we know what Cavani did last year. And everyone knows, even though I'm not Cavani's biggest fan, he had a very, very good time last year. 26 appearances in the league, 13 starts. He scored 10 goals, 3 assists. That's nearly a goal contribution per 90 without penalties as well.
Yeah. There you go. So he has contributed a lot to the team. But like I said to you, you know what I mean? It's a player who there's a lot of risk. I think for me, if you're losing Cavani, you know what I mean, you do leave a gap in the squad to someone who could come off the bench, because you know you're not going to get 100% from every single player. You're even going to get points where Ronaldo might not be firing, Rashford might not be firing. So you are going to need players who come, and as well with this circuit break coming up with the Premier League, will they allow 5 players to come off the bench? Would that not be an option to bring off Cavani from the bench? So, you know what I mean? It's, for me, I think there's more kind of reasons to keep Cavani rather than just to sell him. But again, the stress has to be, if he doesn't want to stay, then you don't stay.
100% agree. But to be fair to Cavani, even though he's only been there for a short period of time, he has had some iconic moments at the club. Like the goal against Fulham, for example, the 6-2
Fulham, I was there.
Yeah, you were there that game. The 6-2 versus Roma, when I think he got 2 goals, 2 assists. When Pogba, Bruno, and Cavani linked up unbelievably well. The Southampton comeback, 45 minutes, got a goal, got an assist that day, or got 2 goals and an assist.
Yeah, 100%. That was another one as well. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, I think there's a lot in, you know, United at the minute, you know what I mean, that I think he can offer us. I think he gives us also kind of poignant moments as well, you know, when you look at it, the game against Tottenham, for me, unbelievable. He has been, when he's played though, he's been a star of the team as well, if you know what I mean. Like, you know, he hasn't just been the kind of amazing, he has been a star of the team. So, you know, I think it's, for me, I think it kind of gives us something that a lot of people don't realize. You know, it gives us that kind of, you know, high up front. You know, and once we've got Ronaldo, he does give us something that we need. So I think for me, we should keep him, if I'm being honest with you.
I'll be honest, I don't really care if he leaves or not. I'm in that kind of boat with Edison Cavani. Thank you for your services for the club. Like, he's done fairly well since he's been there, but I'm not really attached to Cavani like that, like most people are.
So, the thing is, though, the thing is, it's the fact that what the club wants to do. The club now will look very, very bad if they give a contract now and he's left 6 months earlier. You know what I mean? It's not a good look for the club. You know what I mean? So I think they will try to keep as much as they can. I think Ralph Rangnick will try and keep him, you know what I mean, and possibly play him. But it's you know, it's hit and miss, man. What do you do? What do you do with a player that just wants to leave? You got to let him go. You got to let him go, and that's what we're in right now. We're in that situation where, you know, if the club and they've had short-term options, they've not had a long-term vision. You know what I mean? And that's the kind of the sad reality, really.
That's the problem with Cavani, because that Cavani signing was meant to be that stopgap kind of thing, innit? And then maybe we could have got Erling Haaland in the summer if United had actually properly prepared, but we didn't.
Yeah, exactly.
And then we signed Cristiano Ronaldo straight away.
Yeah, another short-term option just for the nostalgia. Obviously, we're not going to complain Ronaldo's here, but, you know what I mean? It does kind of stop, you know, things that might be in the pipeline, you know what I mean? But then Cavani, when he was coming in, 34 years old, I always thought it would be a 1-year, 2-year option. So maybe this is what it's been. It has been 2 years, you know, coming up to 2 years in the summer. So it will be that option. So I just hope, for me, for everyone's sake, that, you know, he kind of comes in and he helps us in the long run. So yeah, I'm all for it.
Facts. But big up everyone for watching this video. That's our thoughts on the Cavani situation to Barcelona. We'll be back soon.